Hi, everybody. Here's my thing. Here's my thing. 1. Mom, make me up a sign.
Just do your video.
I can't do my video, Mother. Because he asked for it. Alright, why? The thing's falling, Mom. Okay, as of this date, they have caught both of the Chechen Muslim terrorist people. It was thought that there'd be multiple of them, but as of this date, they just have those 2. Let's see, what else? The mother shares the aunt's view that they were framed. And although the man on the roof photo was supposedly thoroughly analyzed, the man on the roof was never captured. So as far as, I'm just throwing that out there. Mom, can I do this downstairs?
No.
Maybe part of the mysterious F7s. I don't know. Because if you look, it's not the same clip they used. There was a total of 3 sequence clips, but they did not use the same clip. I wouldn't be surprised if, although it looks like in this reality, he's pretty much done. There might not be another John Teeter posting. Emphasis on this reality. Also in this reality, the 27th, the last Watchmen issue that was supposedly planned, and then the epilogue got canceled. That, for the longest time, I had heard was just going to be called Mothman. And then it got changed into a big epilogue. It got canceled. Period. It's just not gonna happen. And then I heard they're going to expand the Dollar Bill series. As far as I know, the expansion of the Dollar Bill series and all that got canceled, and it ended with this, the comedian. Although the article you'll find online is pretty much accurate. That the series itself ended with Ozymandias. But accurately it ended with the comedian, because the comedian wasn't that popular overall, and I feel had a slow beginning but a prominent ending. They open it with the high diddly-dee scene, the one where he opens with Kennedy gets shot in the kitchen, in the ballroom, and you think it's done right there. And then it goes through the story, and then you find out that as its big promenade, it was at the mysterious bullet wound in our reality, placed by that was in RFK's skull, was actually a mercy kill from the comedian, because his friend had been wounded so badly that he felt he had to end his life. And it ends with him pounding his head against the car, saying, indicating why he can't listen to that song that it opened up with again. Like I said, the story itself could have been longer. I have made speculation on what they could do with the character of Owlman. I tend to agree that there's going to be an After Watchmen, because this went over pretty well. I've made speculation what they could do with the superhero population. I've made all kinds of speculation, but they could make it into re-education centers. They could show some of the quote-unquote New World Order. They could show that. That to me would be amazing. But for sure, they're going to do an After Watchmen. Common sense dictates this. I don't see the dark tone stopping with DC anytime soon, just because or maybe it's the books I read. Speaking of that, here's Animal Man, the one book that was going to make it into I kind of felt should have made it into Watchmen continuity. I explained to you, if you've been watching the show, what happened to the kid with the hat, and why I think Animal Man should have made it into Watchmen continuity, because there was one that was particularly written. There was one of these Animal Men that were written particularly like the Watchmen. Thank you, Mom. This particular one, I skipped an issue because, well, I'm just starting to get back into regular DC continuity. I'm gonna have to till San Diego. Till they make a big announcement of it and say, Watchmen Volume 2, or Watchmen Part 2, or Watchmen The Legend of the Owl Man. Let's see, what other names have I heard? Watchmen. '90s. Oh, crap. This particular issue features the death of his son Cliff, which apparently died within the last issue because I skipped one. His sister implies that Cliff is not dead. I don't remember if Cliff makes it into Last Days of Animal Man. What you say, Mom? What you say, Mom?
Oh, I didn't know you were maybe into that.
Animal Man. Last Days of Animal Man. Because Last Days of Animal Man, I've said all along, by 2014, the series is going to have to end or dissect with the original Animal Man run. I don't remember by who. Either that or they just could continue along with the dominant timeline. Either way, you have The Flash, which, by the way, does not feature Reverse Flash at all. Enough said. Besides the ending page. Will they make a reference to Flashpoint? Will they acknowledge any of what has happened previous? Will they finally fix the clusterfuck that is the new 52? Yes, Mother. I don't know. I don't care. Will the Watchmen character save it? I don't know. Again, I don't care. As long as DC brings back Rip Hunter. and acknowledges what happened in the 1980s with Superman. As long as they acknowledge that, I don't care. They could make Flash. I would like to see them acknowledge Flashpoint. I would like to see all of what I just described. But the fact is, I, like many fans, have given up hope on the DCU. I'd like to believe that Professor Zoom has been black because Bart is actually fighting him, or they're going to bring back Wally, or something like that. I've heard tons of rumors. I understand that Dr. Fate is being brought in to the series that is Earth 2. I don't know what this means for Earth 1, or what they're going to do with Earth 2 and Earth 1, and how they're eventually going to meet. Because they are. They are going to meet. I know that for a fact. They're eventually going to meet. All good Earth 2 series do. Eventually they're going to have some variety of crisis, just like they did back in 2000. They may not call it Crisis. They may call it Earth 2. They may have a huge crossover. They may have a small crossover. But eventually, the dominant timeline's characters are going to meet. Now, I've heard from the Booster Gold fan site and read the new Smallville comic, which would have been appropriate if it was published when Smallville was on with Booster Gold. But unfortunately, it didn't save the show. It could have. But it didn't save the show. Now, I read on the Booster Gold fan site how wonderful they're making Skeets. But does that mean they're going to bring back Skeets? No. No, folks, it doesn't. I am reading the new Justice League. The new Justice League of America book. Do I disagree that the old Justice League Do I disagree with the old... Do I agree that the old Justice League just looks like fan fiction? A little bit. Do I know where the old Justice... Mom, if you have something to say, please say it. I don't want to itch my nose like a moron.
I wasn't saying anything, Bob. I'm loading dishes. I have something to say, I will say it.
Do I agree that it looks more like fan fiction? A little bit. Do I think Trinity War is going to be any good? A little. Do I have it? Do I have my copy of those Justice Leagues right here? Have I given up on the series entirely? No. Mom?
Yeah, well,
I bumped the computer. Please help me.
oh, crap.
Okay.
There you go. There you go, Bob.
Do I have my copy of those books right here? You betcha. I think this is a horrible take.
You turn it off. I think it's a horrible place, Bob.
Is it well written? DC, here's what I would like to see happen. Here's what I would like to have seen happen.
Tell them, Bob. What would you like to say?
They aren't going to listen to me as a fan, Mother.
Excuse me?
They aren't going to listen to me as a fan, Mother. You're talking over it anyway.
Then shut it off, Bob.
Okay. That's all, folks. I'm sorry.